welcome to the show. It's the Heavy Leather Topless Dance Party. Exciting show tonight. You can feel it. The electricity is in the air, right?
Is that what's making it so hot?
Oh, it's zipping around. It's going to be an incredible show tonight. But before I tell you that, let me introduce everybody. If you haven't watched this before, we are a little rock and roll dance party, and we're going to rock and roll you, and we're going to make you laugh, and it's going to have a great time. But let me introduce everybody. To my right, there she is, everybody. It's America's showgirl. It's Elsa Riot.
Woo! Yeah!
Thank you.
And to my left, there she is, everybody. It's the Chachi to my fawns. It's Stacy DC, everybody.
Yeah!
Over to my other left, there they are. It's the Kings of the Nighttime World. It's the Black Leather Lagoon.
Ah!
What a show this evening. The heaviest band in town, Panzerbastard, is here to play some rock and roll.
Yeah!
Look at them. There they are. That's our rock and roll band. Look, and there's the guitarist, just in time. Perfecto.
Not a minute too early. Nice.
Also, Jack Burke, funny man Jack Burke is going to be here.
Yes.
He's going to make you laugh. And, of course, the incredible Barb Levay is here. She's going to be performing with the Black Leather Lagoon.
Yeah!
It's really going to be something, everybody, so stay tuned. By the way, let me just congratulate Black Leather Lagoon on their their debut gig.
Thank you.
It was really a fantastic show. And by the way,
I'm so proud.
it was great. And also, Sam was doing some sweet karate moves in the alley before the show.
Nice.
Very impressive.
And the best
Yeah.
outfit I've seen in ages.
Can you
Just
do
killer.
Can you give us like a roundhouse? Can you give us a karate kick? Boom! Look at that!
Whoa!
She can kick really high. Look at that.
The camera didn't get it. You think you could kick over my head?
Yeah, I think you can. Stacy, get
you
over there and let's see if she can.
Yes.
Let's see if she can. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead. Kick Stacy right in the face. Go ahead.
Wait, get over there. Here you go.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Kick her right in the head. Boom!
Not bad.
You're brave.
By the way, I want to say something about. I want to name the band. There's a band that played with Black Leather Lagoon,
Preach.
and the banter was all wrong.
Your
To me-
pet peeve.
To me, banter is my number one reason to go to a rock and roll show. And if the banter is wrong, it really throws
You're
me
out.
off. So this band, who will remain nameless, goes. They open the show. They go, "Hey, first of all, number one, we just got added to the show like a couple weeks ago. Number two, we haven't practiced, and and number three, our other guitarist isn't here. So that's how you open the show.
Oh my
okay.
God.
No,
Well-
they were second.
Right.
Yeah, the egos are great.
Exactly. Not the egos. It's another band.
Yeah,
God, I wonder how you could find out who it is.
Right. And then so it's like, you know,
Not that riveting.
so maybe I should leave, you know what I mean? And then the whole time you're going, and then in between songs is like, "Hey man, I know we don't play the kind of music you people like, but how about showing us a little energy?"
Oh,
Damn.
yikes.
Oh.
Is that? I mean, is that good banter?
My
Is that-
problem was the fact that he looked like he just got done landscaping and smelled like an Italian sub with hots.
It was all
That
wrong.
was my problem.
That's the point. It was all wrong.
Sounds
Just
like my high school boyfriend.
yeah, he was.
I say name and shame, but that's me.
Nah, you know,
Yeah,
I want to give them the opportunity to.
Yeah,
you know,
this is a little kick in the butt. Get
It's
it
a
together.
little get it together, and we'll
or
see
we
you.
will slander your
We'll
ass.
see you the
Don't
next
show
time.
up late.
But here, by the way, is a band that knows banter, knows rock and roll, and you're going to hear both.
No
You guys ready?
pressure.
You guys ready? No, you're not ready.
So
They're not ready.
banter.
Banter. Dude.
Banter.
Well, hey, what's up? We just got added to the show.
Hey, can I tell you something? By the way, let me say this before they begin. Keith over there from Panzerbastard, Keith and I, first of all, I think I've known Keith longer than I've known anybody currently alive.
That sounds legit.
Wow.
We met when I was 14 and he was 15. So that was that was at a Steel Assassin show in 1983. That's but also
That's
interestingly, the Weekly Dig is here tonight doing a little story.
Yeah!
Keith and I used to both write for the Weekly Dig.
Holy crap!
That's true.
Alumni.
A reunion.
Yep. He used to have a column called Extremities, and I had a column called Holy Effin' Rock and Roll. Remember that, Keith? Good times. Are you ready? You guys ready now?
I think we are, man.
Hey there, everybody! It's Panzerbastard!
Yeah!
Taste of fire! Taste of fucking war! Here we are in the depths of the West, where we witness them waltzing all around in fucking flames, lessons never learned. Hey, taste of fire, taste of war, taste of fire, taste of fire, taste of war, taste of fire. All my life I dreamed of this revenge, and now it tastes so sweet. You're nothing special, you're nothing pure. You're just dead in the street, yeah. Taste of fire, taste of war, taste of fire. Taste of fire, taste of war, taste of fire. Oh! In the days of war! Are you not entertained? This is how we die! Nothing free! Nothing more will free relief! No, so we go! Will we end up doing now? This is so we die! This is so we die! Why don't say goodbye? Only know that you see me rain because of the moving rain. Burn, you move. Burn, you go. This is so exciting. This is so insane! Why don't say your name?
Panzerbastard, everybody! Panzerbastard! Incredible. What a display. Panzerbastard, come on over here. Come on over here and let's hang out and we'll talk about all things Panzer, all things bastard. Come on. Come on over here,
Make
fellas.
haste, boys. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
let's do it. We're on live
We're on
TV. Come on,
TV.
guys. Here they come. Here they come.
Wow, I've never
All
said
right.
make haste before.
It's
Whatever you want. No, here's space up
here you go. Come on up here. Here we go.
We always
Here we go.
We're a bunch of smelly boys right now.
All right, that's cool. All right, here we go.
All right.
Here we go.
Hi.
First of all, let me say this. Stacy, got this ready? Keith almost cut his hand off a couple weeks ago. Remember that, Keith? Which one?
This one with the hand vagina on it.
Let's, Stace, do you have a... I think Stacy has a picture of of the wound. Can I see that, Stacy? Oh!
Nice.
Whoa.
Dude, tell us what happened.
I can't really. I was playing with knives.
What?
I was playing with knives. I get stabby.
Wait, you were doing the game?
No.
Well, you can't. Why can't you tell us more? Come on, I
can't
mean,
you?
this is probably the place to do it,
What
right?
happened, Keith?
Because we're still looking for the jets that stabbed me. Because the Cobras don't take that.
It was a gang fight.
It's a social club. It's a gentleman's social club.
Okay.
What? We have to dive
You
into
don't.
this.
You fucking don't.
Nothing else matters right now.
It doesn't. I guess we don't. I guess we don't have to. But I'm,
yeah,
I
hand
mean, I
vagina.
have to.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're better. So
I'm glad, too.
how many
Thanks, man.
stitches you got on that thing?
1, 2, 3. Catfish, potato. 8.
Wow!
Yay!
Can
That's
you
pretty
not
cool.
count either?
No, look at me. This isn't an act.
Oh, wow.
This is as good as it gets, man.
Has that been the worst injury in Panzerbastard so far?
Did we have a death?
I mean, look at these people.
No, not yet.
I'm sure.
Gentlemen,
They've all been dead several times.
we've all been resuscitated.
All right. By the way, Keith, introduce your band for
All
everybody.
right.
Okay.
This is the man with the plan with the sticks in his hand.
Yeah.
This is Alex Betancourt.
There he goes.
This is Swid, also known as Swidney.
There goes Swid.
And this is Goose. And
There
they're the
goes Goose.
baddest
So I
motherfuckers
can't remember
in the world.
anybody's fucking name on this show. It's that shit.
Okay.
All right. No. Let's figure it out. Goose, what's the worst Panzerbastard injury you've had so far?
You know, I'm kind of the new guy in the band, so
Okay.
I'm just learning the ropes. But,
Okay, so you haven't
Yikes.
yet.
yeah.
There wasn't like a blood in, blood out kind of thing with him. You didn't. No. Okay. All right.
Wait, so you
That
saw
has-
these?
that has nothing to do with anything we've talked about so
good,
far.
You saw these guys and were like, "You guys are the guys for me."
He just.
We were all fighting over the last bandana at Target. Hey, you like Watain? I love Watain. Yeah.
So he just got to join. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Goose, what were you doing directly before you joined this band? Tell us what happened.
I play in another band called Lord Almighty.
Okay,
And
all
worked
right.
at the same venues as a lot of these guys. So,
Yeah.
you know, we kind of ended up spending a lot of time drinking with each other late night, and one thing turned into another, and now I'm in the band.
Oh my
Are
God.
you all in the gentlemen's club? Or?
Yeah, they're all in this. Everybody's in, right? Well, not Goose. Goose hasn't joined yet.
Okay.
That's coming
gentleman's
soon.
a strong word.
Yeah.
All right, Swid, how about you? What's give me a Panzerbastard injury?
I don't know. I can't really think of anything that good. Like I think I like pulled a rib or something once, like loading in gear.
Wow, nice. All right.
That's about it.
Hernia,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, all right. How about you, Alex? You look like you.
I feel like a lot of the physical stuff happens to Keith.
Yeah.
Me,
Okay.
me, I just happen to
But
forget
yours
something
happens
important.
like partying late night beforehand and such.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
you,
just
you,
keep
you,
going.
you
Keep
sleep,
going.
you sleep for 3 days.
Hey,
You know,
sometimes
and then we
I
worry
have
if
a-
you're
I have,
dead.
I have a fun problem, all right, guys? Can't help it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Panzerbastard, the name Panzerbastard. Everybody likes to figure out what the origin of Panzerbastard is.
Yeah.
Now, to me, here's what I think. This is my guess.
Off you go.
Is that you were forming a new band,
I was.
and you go, this is what I think. You tell me if I'm right. What's the most metal name I can possibly
That's
think
not
of?
what you think. That's exactly what I told you.
Is that what you told me?
Yeah.
Maybe that's
okay,
why
buddy.
I think it then.
You know it. That's
Keep
even
going,
better.
though.
You
Keep going,
know.
man. I know you worked on this, so keep going.
And then you
No.
thought,
Do you want me to kick this guy out of here?
Yeah, get out of here, Ken.
that's fine. We go way back. No, go ahead. Talk about Panzerbastard, the name. Go ahead.
Well, no, honestly, you know, you were right. That was the thing. It was like, you know, when you're a little kid and nobody wanted to be Luke Skywalker, everybody wants to be Darth Vader. All the cool kids do because, like, you know, evil is fun or being bad. But for whatever our reputation as people, the original band, all this stuff came before us. So when we were Panzerbastard, people were, they're this, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, not going to lie, there was a part of that we kind of did want people to have that. And, you know, whatever. It's stupid. You learn. But honestly, there was the most nefarious thing about it was the fact that when the original band, we jammed, we wrote a couple songs, we decided this is going to happen. Now, okay, we're a band. Now we need a name. I was sitting on my couch and I was just writing down everything. Nothing was working. And I just took a minute and I looked up. My favorite TV show of all time is The Young Ones. And I just looked up and I see the back of Vivian's jacket, Very Metal. And I was like, yeah, what's Very Metal? All the great bands had 2 names, Motorhead, Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Bad Brains, Cro-Mags. You know, and I'm like, what's the most metal two-word thing I hear? I'm like, artillery, tank. oh, what could make that even like sketchy and bad? Panzer. And it was like Panzer.
Panzer's like a German tank.
Yeah, it is exactly a German tank. Oh, kudos. Sehr gut. Und, but then it was like, well, Panzer, and it was like bastard. And I was cracking up. I thought that's ridiculous. Then I wrote it in the Motorhead font.
Right.
Like, it's still ridiculous, but that's kind of cool. And then I called the other 3 guys, and every single one of them was the same thing. I was just like, hey, I think I got a name. Panzerbastard. That's retarded. Well, that's actually kind of cool. When you say it out loud, it's really dumb, but it looks amazing.
Good. Yeah,
it looks good on a
That's a
shirt.
cool check mark. Like, does it look good in metal font?
Right.
We
Of
haven't
course it
heard
does.
that one for band names yet.
Well, live and learn, man.
Yeah.
Keith knows a lot about dogs.
I do.
Probably more
You
than
are a lot.
probably more than most people know about dogs. Would you say that?
I'm not that bold, but I do like
Can
my
you give
puppies.
CBD to dogs? We were just talking about this.
I
Do you know about that?
No, I'm certified in canine CPR.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can I
CBD.
give my dog CBD or
I can
not?
give it mouth to snout.
CBD, not CPR.
CBD. What are you talking about? A disease?
Never
CBD,
mind.
like
Never mind.
cannabis.
Oh, cannabis.
cannabis.
Oh, yeah. No,
Cannabis
yeah,
to
you
dogs.
can, but you have to deal with the outcome. It's not going to kill a dog, but like you might have, you might be like, shut up.
Okay.
Right, you're gonna have a high dog, right? Is
Yeah,
that what
your
you're saying?
dog's going to be high as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yes.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the in your estimation? Because you know a lot of them. What is the best kind of dog?
Basset Hound.
Right. I used to have a Basset Hound. That's
That
true.
can't be true.
I used to have-
Why are they the
I used to have a
best?
beagle. It's the same thing.
Are they smart?
They are.
It's my number one.
They're the best thing ever besides Motorhead and Elvira. Basset
They're the
Hounds.
best. That's why.
They are. No, I that's all I can say is like if you don't know, you got to know, and if you never know, it's your fault.
If you don't
Basset
know,
Hounds.
now you know. Awesome.
Here's what I like about Basset Hounds. It's the same thing that I like about flop-eared rabbits. I like that there are animals where
Have you
like
ever never seen one of those?
where nature is working against you. I like that. So the Basset Hound, he's always like stepping on his ears. His legs are too stubby. He can't keep up with the other dogs. His eyes are always watering. He's always drooling. I mean, it's incredible. I love it. It's like he's just like everything
He's
about
the
him.
underdog.
Everything about him is wrong, but yet it all works out. I love it.
Underdog.
He's
Basset
a
Hound.
he's a little engine that could
Yeah.
Yeah.
and does.
Do you walk a lot of those things?
No, man. No. Every once in a while, like when I was working for myself, I had my favorite dog ever, besides dogs I owned, was a Basset Hound named Joni. And I miss her a lot. But no, we don't have a lot of Basset Hounds where I work, but all the pups are awesome.
It's fantastic. Hey, you guys are famous in other places, right? Don't you go to Europe and
Famouser.
and England and all these places?
Well, you see, yes. Well, we go to England, yes,
Yeah,
and
okay,
we've been to the Irish.
Okay. Oh, you have.
Keep rolling with the accent.
No, I just stopped myself, and then we went to Brazil, which was
Really?
killer. Fuck yeah, man. It was awesome.
Brazil?
Yeah, we went to Brazil. And
Oh
we
my
made
God.
it back. It was awesome. It was amazing. But and the plan is to go back to both. And honestly, the thing about Europe is, if once we get something new out, the idea is to go over there. But probably just from our name alone, nothing about what we're about, because we are an anti-racist, anti-bullshit band. But just because of our name, probably never going to be able to play Germany,
Right.
which sucks. But the big picture is like, okay, then we'll play like 5 more shows in France and not worry about it.
Spread the word.
Yeah.
How are you received when you sit down on a plane next to somebody?
There's only listen, it's the same thing like you or anybody who's not quite, you know what I mean? Like anybody who's not boring as fuck. There's only 2 kinds. It's a nice people like us. It's a very nice litmus test of other people's character when you sit down, because
totally
people are either very, very cool or they're very not cool, and within 30 seconds. If you're not cool, it's like, man, the thing is, I'm very nice. I like all kinds of people. There's only 2 kinds of people to me, like assholes and good people. You don't have to have my record collection. You know what I mean? But if you're, and the thing is, like, I'm not going to get too precious about it. I understand. I did this to myself. Like, I understand that when I sit down there, some people are gonna be like, "What the hell?" That's part of the desired effect. But after a minute and a half of hanging out with me, if you're still gonna be like that, fuck you. I don't want to know you.
All right.
You're the enemy. That's why I do this.
Although he can be pretty mean if he doesn't like the T-shirt you're wearing.
Really? Did he?
He's done that.
get you
He's done
good?
that to me. Yeah.
He gave you the business?
That's how much I love you. That's how much I respect you. I was like, man.
Once when we were younger, he made a guy go home because he made fun of his T-shirt. Nasty Savage T-shirt. You know
Oh,
that?
dude, please, no, because
And
that
then also-
guy's my best friend in the world.
I know. But you did that to him.
But he was,
should be
he was,
over
he was,
it then.
he was also he was also at the same time he was wearing those Zubaz gym pants, and they were like San Francisco 49ers Zubaz gym pants. So he came out of the Kenmore Tea Stop wearing a Nasty Savage shirt and Zubaz gym pants. It was just like, oh, what am I gonna do?
Wait, you guys were in high school
is funny.
together?
No, we just went to.
Damn it.
We dropped out of high school together, and that's how we hung out.
We used to go to rock shows together. He was always the first guy in line at the rock
He
show.
was the second.
I was the second guy.
Goddamn
That's
right.
the way it went. But recently I was at Once. Keith works at Once. You still work at Once?
Nah, I don't. What's once?
Keith used to work at Once. And I walked in there and I was wearing a Grim Reaper back patch and you gave me the business.
Yeah, I did.
You
That's
wearing
a cool.
backpack, buddy?
That's a cool back patch.
Oh, backpack.
Yeah, it's awesome. Let's talk about the Panzer van.
The Panzer van?
Yeah, is there a Panzer van? You got here, right?
Oh, we got here. It's the Lord Almighty.
They got here in
Oh.
pieces really late.
We always we find a way every time.
We
though.
do. We do.
Somehow.
we
find
pull
a way.
chaos from the ashes of
Like Jeff
chaos.
Goldblum said.
It's like an improvisation.
So there is no actual Panzer van.
No, no, we're fuck ups. We're 12-year failed experiment.
You guys, you know what you should do? You should get a GoFundMe. That's what people do.
No, that stuff is so lame. That's so
What?
dumb.
It's
man.
lame to have a van for
no,
free?
No, that's lame too, but that's our fault. But no, we like go fund me.
GoFundMe.
Do all the hard work for me. Oh,
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah,
no,
great.
I hate that.
I agree with you too, but yeah, I mean it's difficult to get around, and you know.
No, it is. But I'm just saying it was like, look, that's before there was GoFundMe. There was the fact of getting your shit together. We don't have our shit together, but I'm
You
just
want to
saying
be
it was
held
like.
accountable. That's
No,
great.
that's the thing. It was like you like earn it, man. Don't beg.
All right, well, let's say this. Let's pretend if we can't. Let's imagine. No, let's not pretend. Let's imagine there's a Panzer van, okay?
yeah.
And we're cruising down the highway, right?
Yeah.
On the way to a gig, someplace cool.
Yeah,
Peru, I don't know. Just think of a cool place.
I am.
And what is playing on the Panzer stereo? Here we go.
Probably some prank call tapes, like Steve from Yellowstone or Uncle Paul or like Tradio, like the Sal and Richard Christie like Tradio stuff's like, oh, and a pleasant Tuesday. Thank you for your call. Or like the Paul Stanley, let me get this off my chest stuff. Okay. Yeah, I mean seriously, because like the thing is like we're already like playing rock and roll. Like the last thing you want to do is like I'm sorry, 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm not trying to listen to Impaled Nazarene.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So prank calls.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's hope that there's a Panzer van in the future somewhere.
Okay. Cool.
Used to hope.
I do.
All you gotta do is just sell some more T-shirts. You guys have T-shirts?
Yeah. Finally.
Finally.
Okay. Good. How much you selling those things for?
$10.
$10. You know how
That is
many?
a good
How many you need
T-shirt
for a
price.
van? Like 50, right? I don't know math.
20,000.
20. Okay. All right. You'll get there.
yeah, totally.
Look at obviously one of the greatest heavy metal bands this town has ever seen. Panzerbastard, everybody. All right, get out here for now. There they are, everybody. It's Panzerbastard. Panzerbastard. All right. See you later. There you go. Okay. All right. There you go. There you go. Yeah. There you go. We're gonna hear some more from Panzerbastard in just a little while. And but first, you know how we do it on the show. We do have a little rock and roll, and then we calm down a little bit.
Yes.
We calm down a little bit, and we have some laughs.
Someone to lift us up.
Stacey, you
And
know this
calm us
guy.
down.
You know this guy, right?
I've talked to him before.
Do you wanna?
On a
How
DM.
do you on a D?
I mean, I asked him to be on the show. He hosts the Burn Show.
Do you want to introduce him?
Yeah, let's
All right,
do it.
Do it.
All right, so our next guest, you'll see him about town. He's super funny, has this great podcast series finale, and he hosts a great show at the Burn on Wednesday. So give it up for Jack Burke.
Jack Burke!
Thank you. It's good to be here. We were talking about dogs a little bit earlier. We were talking about dogs, right? Yeah. I actually recently had to put my dog down.
Oh.
Yeah. And that was difficult. It was difficult. But it is good to see that guillotines still have a practical use. I think I'm going to get murdered by that Panzer M man after this. I don't know. This place is very interesting. It feels like if my dad continued to do drugs. Me and my dad, we actually go to AA together. Because you know what they say, the family that AAs together is Irish. AA with your dad is admittedly a little awkward, right? Because it's based on anonymity. So before the meetings, he'll drop me off a block away, make me walk in, and then I basically just listen to my dad talk shit about his family. Like, I hate my kids, I hate my wife. That really makes me want to use. I'm right here. Oh, boy. This is bizarre, I have to admit. It feels like I'm on drugs again. Maybe I will try them after this. No, I'm kidding. Stay sober, folks. I'm talking to a camera. That's bizarre. I don't know. I drive for Lyft. That's what I do. And it's pretty great. I like driving for Lyft. My favorite thing to do when I'm driving for Lyft is like if somebody gets in the back seat of my car, I just immediately start talking about how excited I am for animated cars, right? Like animated technology. I'm just like, oh, wow, animated cars. That's amazing, right? That's so amazing. Animated or automated cars, right? I just bumble the fuck out of it really badly. And they're like, I think you're having a stroke. Can you pull over? I don't know. But I picked up over 10,000 people in my car. Oh, my God. That's a lot of people, right? That's a lot of people. And it's taught me a few things about how we interact with human beings, right? Like, it's taught me that, like, beautiful women, they get small perks in life, you know? I know it's hard to be a lady, right? You know, everybody's telling us, right? It's hard to be a lady. But beautiful women, they get small perks. Like, I picked up this gorgeous woman. She sat in my front seat and immediately just started touching my phone looking for music. That's incredibly rude behavior. You can't do that, you know? And had she been other, been like, you know what? That's so rude. You need to get out, right? But because she was so beautiful, I was just like, I think she likes me. I don't know. I'm in traffic all the time in Boston. It's a real problem. I hate traffic. It drives me insane. Every day I'll get in such bad traffic, I want to lose my mind, right? I try to listen to reggae. I try to, like, meditate, but it never works. Every day I'll be in such bad traffic, and somebody will cut me off in traffic. When somebody cuts me off in traffic, I don't flick them off. I don't yell obscenities. I don't lay on the horn. When somebody cuts me off in traffic, I just like to pull up next to them, and do this. I just see air pussy right in their face. They never see it coming. One time, though, a guy cuts me off in traffic, so I pull up next to him. I do my classic pussy eating right in his face. And he does the craziest thing. He does the most shocking thing. He just turns around and does it right back. And then for like 3 minutes, we're just going back and forth, like trading air pussy. And at one point, he just like takes his hands off the wheel, makes like a giant pussy, just like, ah. That was like, all right, sir, you win. You definitely win. But that was so crazy because like that lasted for 3 minutes, right? Which is insane because that is definitely longer than either of us have ever actually eaten real pussy for. And my passenger was like, please stop. I don't know. I teach cognitive behavioral therapy to gang members.
What?
Yeah. I can't wait for them to see this. I have a suspicion they're not watching CCTV. But that's what I do. I teach CBT to gang members. And I've started to realize, like, I can't have them all succeed, right? Because then I'm out of a job. You know, so, like, when I used to work in a warehouse, if I had nothing to do, I would just break light bulbs on the ground just to sweep them up. That's job security. So now every fourth gang member, I'm just like, the Bloods are talking a lot of shit about the Crips. You can't have that. Here's the thing, though. If you, like, these kids all grew up in the city. I think there's this thing. If you grew up in the city, you just have this ability to, like, read another human being, right? That's your ability. I think that's what you get. And so all these kids are really quick, right? And I met this kid. His name's Ty. And within about 20 seconds of knowing him, he's 17 years old. 20 seconds of knowing him, he just immediately started calling me Plain Jack. It's crushing me. It is the meanest thing that anybody's ever said to me. Ouch. And now all the kids call me Plain Jack. And they're like, fuck you, Plain Jack. We hate you, Plain Jack. You suck, Plain Jack. And I had enough of it. I was sick and tired of it. So I finally just said, you know what, guys? I've smoked crack. And without skipping a beat, I was like, yeah, it was probably some plain-ass crack. Keep going or wrap it up? Okay, sorry about that. I acknowledge the cameras. I know you're not supposed to do that. Sorry, folks. Jack Burke, everybody! Oh, this one?
Bring it over here. Here he comes, everybody. It's Jack Burke, everybody.
How we doing?
You're doing great. Everybody's doing it. Thank you for being here.
Strange. I'm sorry for acknowledging it.
Oh, it's great.
It's just it's your audience. There's the people out there laughing
the
their
camera's
heads
like
off
the
at you.
liaison. You have to address it.
Yeah, I felt bizarre, but it was fun.
good.
This is a very interesting setup. I really like it. It's very cool. You guys have a nice thing going here.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
This guy runs the show at the Burn.
This is not true.
Is that not true?
No, I don't. Artie
saw
P
you
does.
host every time I've ever been there.
You're lucky then. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck. Artie's a good friend, and I'm going to be hosting the Burn tonight, so come on by.
See, there you go.
It's going to be fun.
Funny thing is that originally this Jack stepped in for us, which we very much appreciate because our original guest Isabel O'Connell got the flu. I don't know how you get the flu in August. This is August, right?
She's lying.
Maybe the Irish flu.
Right, maybe.
Not to disparage
But
her.
all the notes that I have for Isabel, they don't work for Jack. How am I supposed to?
It's fine,
That's
man.
all right. We just go on the fly.
I was going to ask her if she ever cried on stage. Do you ever cry on stage?
I'm about to after this.
Okay.
Good. That's great.
No. I don't think I've ever cried on stage. I've had a couple bad bombs where I was like on the way I was driving home.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, maybe I've made a horrible mistake in devoting my life to this. But then, you go up the next night and you do better and you're like, oh, I'm fine. Those people were idiots. That's what you said.
Sometimes, right. But sometimes when things go wrong, you go, I'm just going to burn it all down, right? Sometimes you think that, like, why am I?
For sure. Sometimes you just like, that's everybody.
But let me ask you
has
this:
that.
when you did bomb,
Right.
Let's go back to one of those bombs.
Right.
Let's go back to that moment.
Okay.
Did you keep on with your set, or did you
Yeah,
spiral?
you just power through.
Did you
I
ever
was
yell
doing.
at the people?
But the question is,
No.
realistically, was it their fault or was it your fault? Let's be honest.
I feel like I've only been doing it for about 4 years, so I cannot yet blame the audience. At this point, it's still my fault. I think
Wow.
like 15 years in, I'll be able to be like, that was a bad set and that was their fault. But at this point, I'm just like, I've got a lot of learning to do. I try to be a lifelong learner.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and good comics can still have bad sets.
Of course.
Like, that's going to happen. It's not impossible.
You're
But you're
not
saying-
trying new
It's all
material
about-
if you're not.
Exactly.
But you're saying 4 years in, you're still learning?
Of course.
Oh my God!
I
If
think
I
I'm-
can't figure something out in like 3 weeks, I'm out.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This has been the
Life
only
is
thing
about
I've ever
learning, man.
tried at, so I know what you mean.
Oh, yeah, right.
What about you? Do you ever bomb like with burlesque? You can't really
Yeah,
bomb
what's a
with that.
burlesque bomb?
Well,
It's a
I
very-
feel
yeah.
like the worst times have
Pacey.
always been when just the room's not really ready for what they're about to see. It's
no
not,
warm. What's a good warm up for burlesque? Just
usually the
a
MC will
bikini?
do like a little, we call it the burletta kit. So you like
Ooh.
do a little stripping demo and you teach them how to respond to
Oh.
burlesque basically.
Which
That's
is more
interesting.
wooing
It's
than
great.
you
It's
might
basically
think.
like, so
It's
next
not
time you do a
creepy.
comedy show, you
Right.
can be like, okay, here's what you do when I tell all my jokes. Laugh really hard. And then you just start laughing.
That
and
might be well received,
Do
or it
it.
could go very poorly.
Were you already funny, or did you have to learn how to be funny?
I think I've always been pretty funny, but it's been harder to be funny on stage than it is to
Is
be
it
funny
harder
in
to
real
be
life.
funny sober?
Yeah, no, it's not. I think it's been when I was drunk, I was never really funny. I was just a blackout mess. So
I've been sober for like 20 years.
oh, that's amazing, man! Congratulations.
I don't know. I don't think I was funnier.
Yeah, I don't
When I
think the
was-
people around you probably thought you very funny.
Right, that's true. Like sometimes you think,
Right, I'm killing.
I'm slaying this room,
Right.
and then everybody else is just embarrassed for you. So
Of course.
Right.
it's the perspective is all wrong.
Right, and it's changed quite a bit.
All right, there he is, Jack Burke. Hey, Jack, can you come back in 15 minutes?
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
we'll do your plugs in 15 minutes. All right, get out of
Okay,
here for
cool.
now.
Thanks, guys.
Jack Burke, everybody. Jack Burke. What a funny
Thought he was
young
nervous,
man.
but he did great.
Plain Jack, everybody. Plain Jack.
Plain
Jack.
funny
There's nothing
Jack.
wrong with
We'll call him
that.
Funny Jack.
No, he is funny. Of course, he's not. Nothing plain about him. Hey, everybody. It's time for a little... The show is rolling along. We had some rock and roll. We'll have some more rock and roll in a minute. We had some laughs. But now, it's time to sex things up a little bit. We're
Yeah,
gonna get a
let's
little,
do it.
We're getting a little sexy now. This next performer is one of the greatest burlesque performers in town, and we are very lucky to have her performing, of course, with the incredible Black Leather Lagoon. It's Barb Levay!
We've only just begun to live.
Oh my God, that was truly, truly incredible. Barb, come on over here and we'll talk about everything there is to talk about. Boy, by the way, you have to check out Barb Levay's incredible Instagram, wherein she gets herself in all kinds of situations. You won't believe it.
Like what? Like
Sometimes-
a big human knot?
Sometimes she gets her head in the oven there. Sometimes she's lost on the highway. Sometimes she's falling downstairs. It's just one
Whoa.
calamity after
Are these
another.
really things that happen to you?
Yeah, it's like all about the joys of motherhood.
Wow.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
really a lifestyle blog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say you're a good problem solver, Barb, or
Oh,
no?
oh, you betcha.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Bring us into Barb's world a little bit. What's it look like? Like when does the
Typical
day
day.
start for Barb?
About noon.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds perfect.
Yeah. Let the kid out of the dog crate.
Right.
Yeah. And immediately start up the iPad with some cartoons for him. And pills.
Good.
Yeah, that's about it.
Is would you say that motherhood is all it's cracked up to be? I don't,
Oh yeah. Oh, it's the best thing ever.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
I don't even want to plant, but some people like to take care of things.
You actually don't want to plant is the crazy thing. You don't want anything living
That's
besides your wife in your
That's
house.
exactly right. Barb, if we came over to dinner, what might you serve? What's
Cereal.
Let's see. A nice meatloaf, a loaf of some sort. You know?
I love a good loaf.
Yeah.
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Anything with mayo. Yeah.
This, honestly, people say, the word on the street is that these, I don't know if you know these millennials, but they tell me that the millennials are killing off mayonnaise, and I really hope that doesn't happen.
Oh my
because
God, my roommate brought home avocado oil mayonnaise.
I
Love it.
love a good mayonnaise, whatever it is.
Tuna.
I like Miracle Whip too. Boom, I said it.
That I can't. That
You're
I
not
can't
supposed
really.
to tell people
Whatever.
that, Chris,
I don't
man.
care. No shame.
Yeah.
I'm living my best life.
By the way, one other thing that I think Barb is bringing back, she is at the vanguard of the polyester renaissance. She's got a lot of.
The most breathable fabric. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Now it got a bad reputation back in the 70s. So polyester shows up. It's light. It's breathable. Like beautiful, vibrant colors. But if you get lit on fire while you're wearing polyester, it will burn right into your skin. So it got a bad reputation for that. But to me, Barb, if you're
the same
dumb
reason
enough,
you don't put a cigarette out on yourself.
exactly. If you're dumb enough to light yourself on fire, fully clothed, I don't know what to tell you.
And I just long for death, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. You
So-
seem like a good mom.
Yeah.
Thanks. I really appreciate that.
It's also very, for me, polyester always very scratchy, which is another thing that I enjoy about it. Gives you something to do all day.
Wow, buddy.
Also, congrats on your website. She has a website. It's called hideousmom.com. By the way, I was really surprised. You would think hideousmom.com would have gotten snapped up at some point, but Barb, you nailed it.
Thank God. Yeah.
What do you think is your weakest area in terms of motherhood?
Being there?
Yeah.
Being around?
That's the worst.
Who's watching your kids right now?
They're in the
crate.
They're in the crate. Yeah.
Come on, keep up.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
Wow.
On hideousmom.com, there's a bunch of cool things, but what I like best is there's the kid zone where you can do satanic crosswords,
Yeah.
which is.
That's nice.
Yeah. Something for the kids.
everyone,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. You know? Little color.
Do you find Satanism is an easier faith to raise kids in? I would imagine that would be
Less
the easiest
work.
one to do. Oh yeah.
Let's hauling them around to church things.
Plus, kids love masks. They love
There's a lot of great costumes.
robes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They call BS all the time too, so you have to have a good story.
What is something from Barb's youth that you would like to see make a comeback? Go ahead.
My father? I don't know. Hi, Dad. Wherever you are.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm just being honest.
Ouch. What were you, Stacy? What do you got?
Oh, from my childhood.
From your childhood that you'd like to see make a comeback?
I don't know. I just like to not have a phone. That would
Really?
be my main
You don't
thing.
want one? You just
I'd
want
like
to
to
go?
get rid of some things I've acquired. That's sort
Okay.
of my approach to this
All right.
question.
It is true that what would happen
I'm
is
just acquiring things all the time. I fucking hate it.
it seems impossible now, but you would go, I'm going to meet you on Tuesday at 3, like a week before. And then that's it. You don't talk to the person. And then Tuesday, 3 o'clock comes, and you see that
you
person.
hate the phone calls.
It's the worst thing in the world to me is a
You
phone call.
really have a weird thing about that.
What is
buddy.
your? Oh, by the way, you have a very active fan base, Barb, and they wear shirts that say "I hate Barb."
Yes, that's the Divine Order of Barb.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Tell
don't
me-
know where they
Tell
come
me
from.
about those. Do you know who those people are?
They don't like me.
Did you order them to wear the T-shirts, or did they just show up?
They just show up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They just show up wherever I go.
Does that
They
make you
just
feel
follow me.
good when you're performing and there's an
Oh,
army of people?
absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, high off the power. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
that's fantastic. Love and hate are exactly the same thing at the end of the day, aren't they?
Tomatoes.
Incredible. You played. They played some Carpenters for you there. Is that a good? Is that a good Barb? Wake up, turn on the radio.
Yes. Wholesome Christian music.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They used to be a big part of the fabric of this society, the Carpenters.
Yikes, yeah.
And if you ask me, Barb, you go, what is happening now? Why is all this chaos? There's no Carpenters. I think that's really the part of the
Rest in
big
peace,
problem.
Karen.
Yeah.
Say there's a hunger for the Carpenters.
There was a. There
I'm
was,
sorry. I'm sorry.
boy.
Too soon? Come on. Oh, come on.
Come on, Chris.
Jeez. Ugh, sorry.
We gotta bring things back up. Barb, you stay right here. Panzerbastard, are you guys ready to blast us into the stratosphere? They're hanging out. They're hanging out.
We're doing occupants of interplay.
The Panzerbastard, everybody, are about to play us a little bit more rock and roll, and then we're gonna wrap things up. This has been an incredible night. By the way, I was wondering why there was a severed head in the green room. Turns out it was Barb's.
Answer for everything.
That makes more sense.
Casual ambiance. Pay no attention.
All right, everybody. Sorry. One more time. You ready? One more time.
Down you go. Looking for this fucking flow. Just one thing I wanna know. took away. Hey! Just for me, you won't admit. Did you have from that soul? About baby, you know.
Panzerbastard, everybody! Incredible. By the way, can I say this? Goose is a really cool nickname.
Yeah, I was always Maverick.
This song wasn't over.
Hey! Panzerbastard, Goose over there. All right, listen. This is the time of the show where everybody does their plugs because, after all, everybody's here for a reason. They want you to buy their products and they want you to go to their shows and whatnot. So we're gonna bring Panzerbastard over here. We're gonna bring the incredible Jack Burke over here. We've got Barb here. I think Elsa has a flyer for crying out loud. So
God, for Christ's sakes,
It's just
let's get to that.
glossy and I want to show it off.
It's
no,
beautiful.
it is a nice. Before we get to that, let me just say that next week on this show, all the way from New York City, everybody, Rock and Rollers Midnight Crisis will be here, so that should be cool. Funny man Sean Connolly, he's going to make you laugh.
Yikes!
And the great Pearl Buttons will be here performing with the Black Leather Lagoon. Hey, you guys know what you're doing next week? Any idea? No?
Not a clue.
Okay.
Not a clue.
Don't miss it. It's going to be a real cool time. All right, let's get to the play. Hey, Jack, come on over here. Sit down next to me if you would. This guy does not run the burn.
No, but you should go.
I
with
don't
it.
know. I'm sorry. I gave you extra credit.
No, it's all right. I'll take it. I should have just taken it.
But let's find out where you can find him.
Just check out my podcast, Series Finale Podcast. Me and two other comedians.
Hold on. Are you telling me you've got a podcast?
Yeah. We watch a series finale to a show we've never seen and then just make fun of it. You know,
That's
it's pretty
awesome.
fun.
Like what show is this?
We just did Queer as Folk, and yeah, it was hilarious. It was a good
So if I'm to
episode.
understand your premise,
Yeah.
your premise is you watched the last episode of a show.
Yes.
But you've never seen the rest of the show.
We've never seen anything else.
So you try to extrapolate what happened before then.
Exactly.
By watching the last one.
Right. That's exactly what we do. And we just break it down and we
Okay.
think what possibly could have happened.
Okay.
And then we role play it at the end. Where we all play a different character.
Really? You role play?
We do some role playing. It usually turns into leather stuff. It's fun.
Okay, good.
What's the safe word?
Ouch. There's no such thing in our house.
Give me so good. You did Queer Eye. Give me some others that you've done.
We did Queer as Folk, but the Queer Eye.
Queer Eye, Queer
we
Folk.
did like the original Star Trek. We
right.
did this Black Sails, which was the one that's coming out next week.
All right.
We've done
Touched by an Angel.
Touched by an Angel. That's a good. Do you listen?
I looked it up today.
Did you listen? To
You
it?
did Touched by an Angel, and I was like, I gotta listen to that at some point.
That actually is like one of the most insane series finales I've ever seen. In the end, it's like.
Go ahead. Spoil it.
At the
Spoil it.
Yeah, I'll
Spoil
spoil it. If you watch it, you're insane. So at the end of it, there's like this bombing, and they pin it on a kid that's disabled, and it's like really wild. It's like, really wild.
Dark.
Yeah, that is how it ends. There's like there's a Jesus character who's like taking the blame for the boiler that blew up and killed all the kids in the school, and then he was taking the blame so that the like Down syndrome kid wouldn't get in trouble. And then at the end, the Down syndrome kid's like, "Oh, it was me." It's fucking crazy. It's really the most insane.
Wait a
finale.
minute. All right. Well, there you go.
That's rough, man.
Check out the podcast.
What's the name of your podcast again?
Series Finale.
Series Finale, everybody. Where do you find that on the
Anywhere,
Okay.
Apple, podcasting.
the podcast zone, wherever you?
Yeah, the podcast zone, much like the Discovery Zone.
Barb Levay. Let's find out where we can see Barb Levay next.
You can see me terrorizing punk rock and pasty poppin' at the Midway Cafe on September 10th. And I'll also be at Club Cafe at Lucky 13 on October 20th. And under your child's bed tonight.
I saw a
Yeah. I'm usually there.
I saw a performance of Barb's recently where she smashed several bottles over her head. That's pretty great. That's what I should have done. I should have got some bottles. Chris, I blew it. I should have got some bottles and we could have all busted bottles
Wait,
over
can
our
I make
heads.
a spoiler alert?
Shucks, next time.
Can I make a spoiler alert about your head?
What?
There's trash bags in her head.
I'm full of trash.
What? There's trash bags in her
trash
head?
bags.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of that means. That's
My secret's out.
well, we'll talk about that later. All right, Panzerbastard's behind me. They're playing all over the town. Let's find out where we can see Panzerbastard next.
Well, real quick before the actual band, I'm going to be appearing at the South Shore Music Circus in a one-man production of the Rocky Dennis story, Dream as Big as Your Forehead.
Okay, good. All right. That's
And then September 8th, we're going to be in Brooklyn with Disassociate and Chemtrails for the 25th anniversary show. And then September 13th, we're going to be at the House of Inappropriate Touching, the Middle East. We're going to be playing with with I Hate God and The Obsessed and us. And it's going to be great.
it sounds like it's going to be an incredible
It's going to be
night
super duper. We'll work around it.
of
Thank
heavy
you.
metal and sludge and all kinds of things. And by the way, honestly, I always thought Nasty Savage was a cool band. I would have, or maybe I would have crumbled too. I don't know, but there you go. Grim Reaper's a cool band too. You know that guy lost his leg.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know.
Guy lost his leg.
Yes,
and he's still rocking.
You can't sing it or run.
Also, Riot, I know you really want to show off this.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yes. All right. The next Smoke and Shadows by
there
Burlesque
it
and
is.
Variety show that defies decade and genre is coming up next week on Monday, September 3rd. And I brought this nice flyer so you could see everyone's pretty face. It's going to be a killer show. Burlesque, comedy, belly dance, music.
Incredible. Our pal Chloe Kuhn.
Oh, yeah. Chloe's been on here before.
Cunha.
Yeah. Yeah,
Who's gonna
I
be on
love
there.
Chloe. She's
It's
great.
incredible. That's at the Rockwell, right?
Yes,
Rockwell.
the Rockwell in Davis Square, and you can find tickets to all of my events front and center at elsariot.com.
Fantastic. And by the way, Stacy, if you don't like phones, you go to the Rockwell. The phone doesn't work.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it down there. There's no TVs in the bar either. It's real nice.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah.
Let's go over here to the Lagoon and the Gala and the Radium Girls and all those people.
Everything.
Here we go.
4 cheeses, oil, oregano, mayo. Hey, the Gala US. Check us out on Deadbeat Records. Stop by, pick up some 7 inches. We got the next month off, so you're tough out of luck.
Radium Girls is next playing as part of the Bust Out Boston Festival at the Burren on Sunday, September 22nd, with basically like all the best bands in town, a bunch of amazing people. Like Carissa Johnson's going to be there, Cruel Miracle, all kinds of others. So it's going to be amazing. Come see that.
At the Burn, you have anything to do with that, Jack? I know you.
Oh, yeah, because you run stuff at the fair.
Yeah, as the owner of the Burn, very excited. Yeah, they're gonna be great. Come out, pay big bucks for it.
By the way, so there's a show at the Burn on Wednesday nights after this.
Yeah, there's
after
10
this show.
o'clock. It's like a booked open mic with a lot of the best comedians. The older guys come through and crush it.
Older guys, as in
Older, the guys who've been doing it for a longer time, and I say guys as men. And
I went there once and then left, and Hannibal Buress came. That was fucking
that was actually
annoying.
the only reason he came. He said, "Oh, is
Yeah.
Stacy gone? I'm coming."
Also, by the way, Barb Levay, didn't last time you did Pasty Poppin', didn't you do weren't you on skates? Is that?
Absolutely, yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
This is the I think either today or tomorrow is the anniversary 4 years ago when I broke my leg roller skating.
Holy crap.
Wait, tomorrow?
Worst day of my entire life.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
You broke your leg.
4 years ago, today or tomorrow.
Huh.
I broke my leg
Would have never
roller
known.
skating.
You broke your leg the same day I got married.
Yeah!
So
oh,
is-
happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Is happiness for you?
Chic was the soundtrack to both.
Exactly. Sadness for me, and that was my last time ever on roller skates. So
We'll
I
be
was
back, buddy.
I
I
was
know
very
it.
impressed when I saw Barb skating away. That's the dream I had, and that dream is now dead. But it
It
lives
was
on.
bad karma for betraying me.
It lives on.
And that's the story.
In Barb Levay, because I wanted to get better than her, and I thought she was going to be better. So I figured
Yeah.
I'd practice, and then that's where I went
That's what
wrong.
you get.
They're shoes with wheels, man. Danger all over it.
When you think about it, it's the dumbest thing. Right? Like, who would do that? Who would strap wheels to their feet?
I've never seen you happier than when you're on 8 wheels, man.
Yeah,
so
I know.
I
Or
don't know.
like, hey, this flat board, let's go down a mountain. It's like, yeah, cool.
I was 45 years old. That's no time to. All right, I'm getting the wrap-up sign. What a show this was. Hey, it's the part of the show where we dance. There, everybody. It's the Black Leather Lagoon.
He wants his shirt.
Like blowing glitter and just like